Okay, so tonight, is that you, Haley? Okay, so we're gonna go over posting tonight. Basically, like lifestyle posting, business posting, product posting, and like a little bit about like photo quality and things like that, and then branding yourself a little bit, and then just the importance of consistency. Also, I don't know how to turn off texting on my phone, so hopefully people don't text me right now or on my laptop. So that might happen again. Okay, so we're going to start off with some posting rules, and if you have any questions or anything as we go, just put it in the chat. We'll be watching the chat. Basically, okay, so posting rules. So for Facebook, you want to make sure being consistent is really important in this business. So with posting rule or Facebook, you want to make sure that you are posting at least 2 to 3 times a day. I don't really typically post anything more than that. And then for Instagram, you only want to post like 1 to 2 a day. Usually for Instagram, I'd probably only even post like once a day. And then other than that, you want to be using your Instagram story and your Facebook story. One thing though is you do not want to connect your Facebook and your Instagram together. So when you are posting on your Instagram, you don't want it to be shared over to your Facebook through that. You want to post individually. And then same with your story. What I do is I just like save my story and then I'll like post it over to my Facebook story as well from Instagram. But you don't want the two to actually be like posted, like connected with posting. Another thing is you want you want to use your Instagram story. You want to start doing like 5 to 10 slides a day on your Instagram story and kind of use your story as a blog, just about like what you're doing like throughout your day and things like that. And then you want to throw in like a mix of product and a mix of business. You don't want somebody to look at your story and constantly only ever see product or only ever see business stuff on there, because then they're never going to watch your story anymore, because that's all they're going to expect to see is just like it works, it works, it works, like all over the place. And then that's also going to be the same for your Facebook and your Instagram pages. You don't want people to come to your pages and see nothing but it works, but we will get into that in a minute with lifestyle posting. You want to make sure that all of your pictures are super eye-catching. You want to make sure that you're doing edits on them. You want to make sure that you are doing bright and like good quality photos, like nothing dark. For example, like I probably wouldn't take a like selfie in this kind of lighting, just because it's kind of like it's dark and crappy. You want to like make sure that you're facing windows and get really good photo quality, because when you have light on your face, like you look better and your photo quality is better and it's not all dark and grainy. So really pay attention to the way that your photos look for your posting, because your the photos on your posts are going to be what draw people in to stop, look at the post, and then actually read what you're saying. So you always want to make sure that you have really good photos that go along with what you're saying, whether it's lifestyle, business, or product. And you generally always want to have a photo with like each and every one of your posts that you're doing. Haley, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, one thing is don't copy and post anything. Like if you're looking at a leader for inspiration, don't ever like copy and post somebody's post. Make sure that you're creating your own content. And like adding on to what she's saying about like making sure all of your posts have good quality pictures with them. What I like to stick with is like if you take a picture that's not the best quality, like say it doesn't have a good background or not really good lighting or whatever like that, you can use it in your story, because I kind of look at my story as like my behind the scenes, like vlogging, like letting people in on my life a little bit more, whereas you want to keep like the perfect pictures, the bright, you know, good quality pictures on like your actual Instagram wall or your Facebook wall.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so other than that, we're just going to get into what lifestyle is, and also a bit about branding yourself. So I know there's a lot of new people on here that I've never even seen, but basically when you start doing It Works, you do not become It Works. Like your page should not just be like It Works blasted all over the place. Like you are you, and people generally have to buy into who you are and like have a feel for who you are before they want to join your team or before they're going to want to buy products from you. So it's super important that 70% of your posting usually you want to do is lifestyle. That's anything that's not business related, like things that you would post naturally that doesn't have to do anything with It Works. And then the other 30% of your posts, you can do like a mix of the business and the products. So for example, on Facebook, I shouldn't go down your page and see like product posts, products, business, like all over the place. It should be like lifestyle, a little bit of business, lifestyle, a little bit of products. But with that being said, you want to be posting about the business or the products each and every single day. You can't just post about it once a week and think that you're going to get someone to join your team when you're only talking about your business once a week. Same with the product. You can't just post about the coffee one time and then be like, why am I not getting any customers? You have to be so consistent with that. What I like to do, if you don't really know like how to do that in a consistent way without being too much business and too much product, is I tell people to do like an A-day, B-day with their posting, where it's like A-day, let's say it's Monday, you're going to do product post within your lifestyle. Like besides your lifestyle posting for the day, you're going to have a product post for that day. Tuesday would be B-day, and you would do business within your lifestyle posting too. And then Wednesday would be A-day, Thursday would be B-day, so forth. Does that make sense to you guys? Like kind of just like switching off and on. When I first started and I didn't really like know what I was doing, that's kind of like a rhythm that I went with, and actually really helped because you're consistently getting in business posting and consistently getting in product posting at the same time without being way too much business and product all over the place. So it's important that you do that because people need to like see who you are. But anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about branding yourself. And I feel like a lot of people think that branding yourself is like super hard, or they just don't really understand it. But branding yourself is basically like, what do people see when they go to your page? Like, what do people, like when they think about you, like what do they think about in a sense? So me, for example, if you go on my Instagram or on my Facebook, mine would be hiking. I post a lot about hiking. So that would be something, that would be a brand for me. Or I travel often. Or I post about food and cocktails like all the time, basically, because that's like all I ever do. Or that I was a cancer survivor. Or now I want to start tapping into more of like, as I'm starting to decorate my apartment more. I had gone to school for interior design, and so I'm kind of just going to like take people on an adventure with like me decorating my apartment and like showing people when I decorate and stuff like that. So branding yourself is anything not it works related. Like it is completely like who you are, and like 5 things about you that you can like talk about often. Haley, do you want to add in with that?
Yeah, so like if y'all want to go to, well, are you public?
Me?
On Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, I was until I had some drama, so I wasn't, because I had like some creepy girl. Anyways.
Okay, well, you can follow her and she'll accept it, or you can look at mine, I'm public. Like just one example, like my branding is like beauty, which is like the overall thing, but like you know, hair, makeup, my outfits, like in my bio it says I'm a shopaholic, stuff like so on my Instagram, like I am showing, like I would not post a picture looking like this because it doesn't go with my brand. Like I would have my hair done, I would have my makeup fully done, and you know, I can post pictures of my outfits, stuff like that. So like when you're branding yourself, you want to think about what content you're going to be putting out there, and people should be able to get a sense of your brand within like your first 9 tiles. Like when they go to your Instagram, they should see your first 9 pictures and they should know what your profile is always going to be about.
Yeah, and within that, the reason why, so basically like give yourself like a list. Like it doesn't have to be just 5 things. It doesn't mean that you can only post about these 5 things when you're not posting about the business. It's just mainly like a theme that people will see on your page, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. But with that, oh dude, I had something I was gonna say. What were you saying? You like sparked something in me that I was gonna say.
Like in your first 9 pictures, it should be like what your brand is about.
Oh dude, I'm just like lost myself.
Like what they'll see you posting about. I don't know.
I can't remember. Literally, okay, it might come to me later. I'm like kind of spacey tonight. Like I cannot think tonight. So I don't know where that went, but I had something I was gonna say. It'll probably come to me super randomly when we're not even like talking about it later. But basically, like give yourself a list of like 5 things, and that's gonna kind of be what you want to start like posting more about. Oh, okay, this is what I was gonna say. Because you cannot basically when you start branding yourself, that's gonna draw similar people to you, okay? And that's gonna draw similar people to your business and to your products. You cannot like brand yourself to like meet everyone's needs. Like what will draw someone to Haley won't draw them to me, and what would draw someone to me, they want to be maybe drawn to Haley, because we're 2 completely different people and we have 2 completely different interests and like lifestyles. So that's why it's important to like figure out like who you are and like what kind of people you like basically want in your circle, because it's going to be so much easier for people to connect to you and to like create a following where people like are interested in what you're posting because they're also interested in the same things. Like a lot of people that live in Washington that see me go hiking a lot, like they'll comment on my stuff or they'll message me because they see me go to these places and they're like, okay, wait, where are you going? Because they're like super interested in that too. So it's important that you don't try to like brand yourself to everyone and like try to have like a million different things. You want to just kind of be really specific and like just kind of like a small amount of things. But anyways, within
so
that,
one of the things that we were talking about is if you were a mom, for example, that's not a brand. So like be more specific because there's like, you know, half the population is moms. So like think about more so like your hobbies, like think about things that describe you, like your qualities as a person, like I said, your hobbies, like what you enjoy doing every day, like literally things that you will be like. Some people do like dog mom stuff like that, but honestly, I would just try to stick to things that don't have anything to do with being a mom. Does that make sense?
yeah, I agree. Just because like everyone, half the world is a mom, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, some things to start like avoiding is you want to make sure that you are not like, we all have stuff that we go through. We all have dramas in our life, but you want to make sure that your social medias are your storefront, and you don't want to post your drama. You don't want to post super negative things. Like social media is not a place where you want to come anymore to be drama, to be negative, to do any of that type of stuff on any of your posting, because that's going to push so many people away. And you also don't want to, you know, post about politics or like really sensitive topics that a lot of people don't really agree on. I'm not telling you not to be you or have your own opinions, but you want to keep that off because you want to look at your social media as a storefront and like say that you had a girl that you've been wanting on your team for like the past like 2 months, okay? And then say that you post something about politics that like completely rubs her the wrong way. She's like no longer gonna like, you know, you kind of just like burn that bridge possibly. So that's why you want to take anything that's like controversial and you kind of just want to keep it away from your page. You just want it to be like a fun, positive place for people to like see, like pages for people to come. Laura, did you mean to raise your hand?
Yeah, I want to say, like, on top of, like, don't post about, like, politics or anything that's going to stir anything up, but, like, try not to comment on other people's posts about it, especially, like, if you have a lot of friends in common, because they see that, too, and then they see your opinion on it, and it's the same thing as posting about it, so I would stay away from that, too.
Yeah, and that might seem so silly, but I'm sure you guys have seen so many like social media arguments over everything on posts these days. That's just like how it is. And so yeah, like Laura's right. Like I don't ever put a comment on anything like that. I don't ever share anything like that. Another thing is that you don't want to sit there and share a bunch of memes or a bunch of videos. You know how like you can just like share from other pages. Like I know there's so many times where I have like a new person that starts and they'll post like their first business post, and then like an hour or two later I'll go to their post to see how it's doing, and then it's nothing but like shared memes, shared videos, shared memes. Like that is not lifestyle posting at all. Like it's okay to share a meme like every once in a while and just make it like a really funny post, but when you're sharing all those videos and all those memes and things like that, that's crowding up your page. It's just kind of making it like really hard. Like nobody's really going to see your actual posts that you want them to see. And it's going to like decrease your visibility. So basically, if you're someone that has like a lot of shared content on your page, literally go through your page tonight and just clean all that up. And I would suggest like staying completely away from that. If I even share a meme, it's like every once in a while. And instead of sharing it from that page, I screenshot it and then I do it as my own post. And then a lot of people end up like sharing that usually. That's just another tip for like lifestyle is not sharing a bunch of stuff, and it's not being negative or controversial or super whatever those would be. Okay, we're gonna move into business posting. So business posting, there are so many different ways that you can talk about the business. You could talk about your goals, you can talk about success, you could talk about freedom, you can show where you're working from. You want to talk about every time that we get paid on the 14th. You want to talk about that with our paychecks. You always want to cover the amount for those. Sorry, I'm kind of like sick tonight, so I'm just like, ugh. Okay, so you always want to cover the amount for your paycheck, but when you get your weekly bonuses, when you sign a distributor and get the Fast Start qualified, post about that. You don't have to cover that up at all because that's just like an extra bonus, but I always cover up my commissions. You can post on the 8th how you got like a sneak peek of your commissions check that you'll be getting. Talk about when you get raises. Literally, even if you give yourself like a $5, $10, $20 raise from like last month, you don't have to say the amount, but you could just be like, so excited because like you just gave yourself a raise, yada, yada, yada. You want to talk about your story and share like why you got started and basically thinking like past, present, and future of like why you got started, what It Works is doing for you or what it's done for you so far, and then your goals and like where you're going with it basically. Haley, do you have more to add?
Yeah, something that really helped me, well, first of all, I don't think you said, make sure you're always showing when you get a loyal customer or distributor, like every single time, like even if it's every single day, that's something that you can share in your story, or it can be one of your posts for the day. Make sure you're sharing that every single time. But one thing that helped me when I first got started to help me know what to post for business posts is writing down 10 things that you can do with $50, 10 things you can do with $100, and 10 things you can do with $500. Write up a post about those things, and then that way you can kind of relate to people. Like if you're talking about how you paid your, I don't know, your light bill with $50 that you got paid from with It Works, like somebody else might be struggling to pay their light bill, and they're going to reach out to you for help because they're going to want to know how you're making the extra money to pay your light bill.
Yeah, and so along with that, like it does not matter like where you are on like your journey with this so far. It doesn't matter like how long you've been in. It doesn't matter what rank you are or if you're like super new. There's always something that you could post about, like Haley said, like posting about like every single time that you get a customer or a distributor, like literally starting with all those super like just small victories, and posting about that. That's going to lead into bigger things. And you were like basically writing your story right now. So don't worry that you don't have some huge like rags to riches story to post about or anything like that. People relate to more so of like, you know, paying for the diapers, paying for the gas, paying off a phone bill, things like that versus like making all this money from your phone and working from home. Like not everyone joins this business wanting to work completely from home. Some people like their jobs. Some people just want like an extra hobby or just like extra spending money or just extra money to pay stuff off. So don't think that you have to be like, well, I'm not making like hundreds or even thousands of dollars with this. I have nothing to post about. Thinking small and just posting about the typical things that everybody like either struggles to pay for or like pays for on a daily basis. That's what's gonna like resonate with more people versus being like, oh, I work from home and I like make all this money, yada yada yada. Like even like with myself, I always try to like think small of like all the things that I got excited about when I first started. So don't ever feel like you don't have enough like story to post about because you're still like going like through your story basically. You can post about when you're buying things, like how we just said, like diapers. Like if the business is paying for your diapers for your child, post about that. If the business is paying for your phone bill, post about that. If the business is helping you save up for a wedding or helping you save up for a vacation, post about that. Or like if your goal in this is because you want to pay off debt, then take people through a journey on that. Like let them know like, you know, you're so excited because you are going to be paying off this debt, and every time that you get to pay off like a chunk of that, like post about that, like taking them through a journey. For example, when I first started, at first I didn't actually think that I would do good with this, and then I kind of like caught on pretty quick, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna like literally like quit my job by the end of summer. And so I talked about that so much. Like I didn't have a huge success story at all, but every time that I posted, I just had so much excitement with that. That people just kind of started like following me because I would be like, okay, I'm going to earn this bonus and I'm just going after this promotion. Literally, I didn't even understand what I was doing. I was just like going for whatever I was going for really. And so I talked about like, I'm going to go diamond in 3 months and I'm going to earn a $10,000 bonus and I'm going to quit my job by the end of summer. And I just talked about that so much. And then every time that my pay was going up, I was taking down hours at my work and like shifts at my work. So every time that happened, I would post about it and like celebrate about it and be super excited. So like I didn't even realize at the time that I was like basically taking people on a journey within that with me, because even though people don't comment on your stuff, or even though they don't like your stuff, they're still watching you. So I didn't realize that's basically what I was doing at the time. So think about your goals right now, and then think about how you can kind of create a following by posting every time that you get closer and closer and closer to that goal, whether it is working from home, whether it is, you know, saving for a wedding, or saving for whatever it is, or whatever your reason was for joining. Just be really consistent with being so excited about that and taking people on a journey with where you are and where you're going. You can show where you're working from. One thing I like to do over summer a lot was show that I was working right next to the pool, because there's people that are at work and it's nice out and they don't want to be at work. So show where you're working from, or even if you're like sitting on the couch watching a movie with your kids and you just signed a customer, or even if you're just like talking to a couple people about the products, showing where you're working from, showing like the freedom. When you sign a distributor, like talk about that. And then like when your distributor starts to get like boxed for promotions, like shout them out and be excited for them, because it's showing that you're not only being successful, but you have what it takes to show other people how to be successful and help other people make money. And that's going to draw people to you as well. Haley, do you have anything? I feel like I keep talking, so I just want to keep making sure.
The only other thing I would say is like, even if you're brand new, but you want that diamond bonus that they just announced, start talking about it now. And, you know, when I'm going for a promotion, I talk, or not, well, the promotion too, but if I'm going for a bonus, I'm talking about the fact that I'm going to earn that bonus like every other day in my post. Like I'm constantly talking about it, and they're going to be like, what the heck is she talking about? Is she crazy? Like they're going to keep watching you. And then when you get that bonus, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she did it. And that might be a reason why they want to join you, because now they've seen you be successful with the goal that you said you were going to hit.
No, that's like so true, because when I was promoting Double last summer, I was just like all month long, I was taking people like on a journey of like me getting the promotion, and like the girls that were promoting with me and like them promoting and how close they were and things like that, that by the end of the month, like I literally needed 1,200 volume in my last 3 days of the month to go double diamond, which is a lot of volume. And I just was posting so consistently about like, okay, 20 orders until my next promotion. Like I'm so excited, like my team is doing this. And then like I just remember like 3 days out or something like that, I had posted that I was only 10 orders away from hitting this promotion and this bonus, and like what it meant for me and my daughters, that I had people messaging me like, what can I do to help? And so like I had people doing host to post for me. I had people like willing to just order products. I had people willing to place side orders. So the more that you just like really kind of be vulnerable and like open up your heart about like what this means to you and like where you're going with it and just all the excitement and what it's going to do for you or your family, people are going to love watching that, and they're going to love to know that they were a part of making that happen for you when it comes time to like you promoting and doing things like that. If that makes sense. So yeah, there's so much that you can post within the business. You just have to make sure that you're so consistent about it. Like just do not post like once a week about the business and be like, well, why am I not getting any distributors? You know, like you just have to like post so consistently about it. Okay, and then another way that we post is we post about the products. You want to include yourself in like 95%, if not 100% of like all of your product posting. Product posting is, you know, showing yourself using the product, showing like the product in your hand, whatever, like you with your coffee. It's showing your results. If you do not have an auto shipment set up right now, or you're not using the products, like that is like shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, they say that like if you are out of product, you are out of business, because you have nothing to post about. You don't like people. You want to be your own best customer pretty much, because people are going to trust the product so much more when they see that you're using it. They see that you're loving it, and then that they see your own results for it. Basically, and when you're using the products, like you're gonna, like when you start to get your own results for that, you're gonna get so much more excited about the product, and that excitement is just gonna show so much more in your posting. So if you are someone who like isn't really using your products right now, or maybe doesn't have an auto ship set up, I can tell you 100% that will like make or break your company, that like business, that will like help you go far or hold you back. So that is so important. And within using your own results, like you could take people on a journey. Like you could take people on a weight loss journey. Like say you're trying to lose like 15, 20 pounds, take people on a weight loss journey. Like post photos of you going to the gym, post photos of you using whatever products, like the wraps or the thermocyte or whatever it is, and do like a weekly like update on like the scale, or like non-scale victories of like clothes fitting better, things like that. Or if you're trying to grow your hair out, take people on a journey with like showing them every like 3 weeks like how much more your hair is growing and like how healthy it is, yada yada yada. Same for like if you're trying to clear up your skin with like the collagen or the skincare line, basically whatever product you're using. Don't just get like one result and then think that that's going to be good for like the rest of the time ever. Like you want to keep continuously using them and keep continuously like getting better results, and so on and so on. Haley, do you have anything to add to that?
No.
No. Does anyone have any questions? Nobody's even like in the chat. If you don't know how to use the chat, it's down at the bottom of your screen. It's going to say like participants. Click on that and then there'll be a chat option. So if you have any questions, you can totally put them in there. Yeah, so that's basically, and those product posting, you can also show other people's results. Like you can shout out your customers, like, oh, what I like to do is I like to check in on my customers and see how they're liking their products. And then when they send me things that they are loving about it, like say they give me like good feedback or whatever, if they like beat me to it and they're already messaging me good feedback, I screenshot that and I put that on my photo, like a selfie or something. And then I talk about how excited I am that I get to help people like feel better about themselves, or how excited I am that like Christina is loving her coffee and like losing 6 pounds with it, whatever it is. So it doesn't only have to be results. It doesn't only have to be pictures with you and the product together. It can be good feedback from customers and your excitement about that too. And you can share that in your story and in just regular posting. What?
One thing I was going to add, if you don't have results yet, even if you're brand new, like this is going along with the auto ship, get results right now. Like everybody, for the most part, unless you're like brand new this month, got wraps in their kits. Use all 4 wraps. If you didn't sell them for money, I totally understand that. But if you didn't sell them for money, use all 4. Every 3 days, wrap and take before and after pictures of all of them, and then send them into corporate to get approved. And that will get you so many customers just from having your own results. So if you're newer and you don't have a lot of money for auto ship, like I think we've all been there, but at least commit to auto shipping 1 product, even if it's hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails is one of the cheaper products, and you can do hair, skin, and nails for the full month and take your before and afters. And just in 1 month with hair, skin, and nails, you're going to see a huge difference, and people fall in love with hair, skin, and nails when they see your results. So make sure that you're auto shipping products that you can get before and after pictures with. Like I love the greens, but you can't get before and after pictures with greens. So when you're new and you can't afford much product, just try to stick with the ones that you can get before and after pictures with, and get as many before and after pictures, as you can.
Yeah, exactly. Dang it, dude, I had something I was going to say with that. Oh, dude, everyone right now, I don't know if you realize, but this is like the start of a really huge season, because for one, everyone's about to get their tax returns. So like, I feel like, I don't know if you guys have run into people that are kind of broke right now, but like give it a month and everyone's getting their tax returns. And also spring break is coming up, and so is summer. So people are going to start getting ready for spring break and for summer. And so like, say you decide to do weight loss, start talking about like how you're trying to get like spring break ready or like summer ready and things like that, because other people who are also wanting the same thing are going to be watching you use these products and like look better for spring break and for summer, and they're going to want to come to you for products because of that too. So okay, other than that, all we really had to talk about was like photo quality. This actually went way faster. This used to like take us like an hour to go through. I don't know why.
I was going to talk about editing apps and who to follow for inspo. I don't know if you want to keep it recording for that part.
Yeah, okay. No, yeah, we'll take off the recording, but we'll totally, I just want to say a couple more things real fast. When you were doing your product posting or when you were doing your business posting, you do not always have to say you have X amount of spots for a discount or that you have X amount of spots on your team. Literally, I say that at a minimum. Like I maybe say that like once a month. And because when you're constantly just like, I have 10 spots on my team, I have 10 spots on my team, like all the time, like that doesn't really create an urgency. But when you use that so minimally, that's when that creates more of an urgency. You can totally post about the business and the products without having to tell people that you have spots, and people are still going to come to you, or you know, you're always going to have to message the people who do like the post or comment on them. But just make sure that you are not on every single, literally maybe like 5% of your business and product posting should ever mention like spots, just because it's kind of just like overused. And then also, don't be super vague. Don't do things like working from my couch tonight, who wouldn't want to work from home, or who wouldn't want to make an extra $500 a month. Like, make sure that when you are doing a product post or a business post, do not be vague, okay? Like, pour your heart into those business posts, pour that excitement into those business posts, and don't be super vague of just like, oh, I get to spend time with my daughter today, like who wouldn't want that? Or, you know what I mean? Just don't be super vague and be a little bit more specific, and give like a little bit more of your heart into it, and you're going to see better results with that. But okay, so I'm going to stop recording this.